What's going on, everyone? Happy August 31st. It's a late night stream. It's a late one we're pulling tonight. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel Movie Files. This is our monthly roundup preview of all the new releases coming in September. Again, I know we're in August last month. That's day of the month, I should say. But tomorrow is a new month, and we got some stuff to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. We got some movies coming to the theaters that I'm excited for, some stuff that's coming on streaming, some shows that are wrapping up, some shows that are just beginning, and so much more. So again, welcome. This is a segment that I like to do every single month, and literally, as far as consistency goes, I have been doing this segment on the channel since the origins of this channel, breaking down all these new releases. And there have been many different versions of it, pre-recorded videos, and just recently in the last month or so, we've been doing it live because I just love interacting with you all. You all are pretty awesome people. So we are here to discuss, again, as the title of this video says, as the thumbnail says, as this banner says, September 2022 movie and TV preview, theaters, streaming, and we're breaking it all down tonight. And again, I'm so excited to be here with you all. So hey, before we get into this breakdown, like the video, y'all. Do your boy a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get some movie fans in here, some TV fans in here, and suggest some movies, some shows, what we should be excited for, what movies we should maybe not be excited for, and so on and so forth. So let's try to get some fun folks in tonight's stream, and then also share the stream too, if you don't mind. If you have a Instagram, if you have a Twitter, if you have a TikTok of some sorts, definitely share this video for, again, we can get the conversation going, and definitely leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to try to get to as many comments as possible as far as, again, excitement level for a movie, excitement level for a show. You never heard the show. Maybe you want to suggest something to me and to the rest of the audience. So definitely share your thoughts in the comments. And again, all those that are watching replay, shout out to you, replay gang all day. But listen, y'all, we got some stuff to go over here, and I'm so excited to be going over it with you on tonight's live late night stream. Again, appreciate you all. So let me see who we got in the chat, and everyone we're saying hello to. Cassandra, how we doing? Maxine, what's up? My homie Rims, what's going on, Rims? Kenny said, yeah, like the Hulk, smash that like button. Appreciate it there. Let's see here. We got Adam in the building. Learn about Only Murders in the building, and Barry from you. So excited to hear what's. Oh, that's so dope, Adam. This is why I make these videos. I love to hear that, man, because I love introducing new shows and movie to people, man, because some shows just don't get the love, and the movies don't get as much love as they should. So I'm glad I put you on some really excellent shows too, by the way, Adam. I love both of those shows, and I can't wait for season 3 of Only Murders in the Building, hopefully next year. And then Barry season 4 will probably be next year as well. So 2 fantastic shows. So appreciate you taking the suggestion, Adam. Appreciate that. And yes, Rims, you made it. Thank you. I appreciate you. And also too, before I forget, I've been experimenting with this the last few weeks, and we might do it again on tonight's stream, depending on timing. But if you guys want to, a little bit later, we might share the link to this stream and have some people on if you all are down for that. And again, to talk about movies or shows or, movie news or show news, we might do that a little bit later. So keep an eye out for that. But again, shout out to everyone joining us tonight. The homie Kevin Washington, what's going on? How we doing, Kevin? Hope you're doing good, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Yep, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Y'all heard him. Appreciate it. What's going on, Meg? Hope you're doing well. I love the you posted something on your was it IG yesterday about the rebranding. It looks so cool with more the nostalgia, and you're talking about pop culture, and I know you're into skating, so I'm excited for the new rebranding and everything you got going on your channel. So hey, love your channel. Well, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you. Pennywise, what's going on? Hi. All right. Well, listen, since we've said hello to everyone, I think it's about that time to get into tonight's festivities, the fun stuff, right? The stuff that we came here to talk about. And that is, again, highlighting September's new exciting releases coming to theaters and streaming and movies and shows, and having a good time breaking all down. So with all that being said, let's start off with stuff that's coming to the big screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the big movies coming to the theater near you. And coming this Friday, man, we got a couple movies, starting off with Hunk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. We got Spider-Man. Wait a minute, didn't Spider-Man come out in December? Well, guess what? They're bringing it back to the theater. Spider-Man No Way Home. I hate this title, by the way. I got a little burp in my mouth there. Excuse me. Spider-Man No Way Home. Terrible title. the More Fun Stuff version. That's like a kid's sing along title, right? Like Frozen 3, the sing along near you. It's like that's such a silly. I know they're having fun with it, but it's I think they're kind of trolling us because those posters were pretty terrible too. So I don't know, maybe Marvel's trolling us anyway. And then we have for my classic cinema fans out there, Jaws is coming to IMAX on Friday, which I don't know, man. I might go check that out, especially when is it Friday or Saturday for my movie fans? They're doing it's like National Movie Day or Cinema Day, where you can see any movie. I'm talking from regular screen, Adobe, IMAX, the best screens possible are like $3. So hey, if I got time, and if it is Friday, it might be Saturday, I might check out Jaws in IMAX. I've never seen Jaws in theaters, of course. I own it, I've seen it 1,000 times, but I've never seen it in a theater. So that might be something to check out. So out of all those movies, I did unfortunately miss out on my screening for Honk for Jesus, which I know stars Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall. And I've heard some mixed things on it, to say the least. But nevertheless, I always want to, I might give it a chance if I get an opportunity to stream it when it's on streamer. Because I love those two actors, and this looks like it's a mockumentary style about the being in church and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let me know if that film is something that you all are excited about. And then any Marvel fans, Spider-Man fans that's excited for this new, more fun edition of the film, which apparently there's 11 more minutes, which I don't know why is it not available on the Blu-ray. More money, this is Marvel, right? It's Sony and Marvel. But let me know if you all excited for these 11 minutes. I'm sure it'll be online by this weekend. Whatever that extended version of the film is apparently a new post-credit scene, and again extending out more of the three Peters. So I mean that's cool and all that, but I'm not gonna pay to go see this film, which like I said, I'm pretty sure they'll release it on a Blu-ray in a couple months. But neither here nor there. I don't want to put the funk into the excitement for those excited out there. But again, let me know if that's something you're excited for with those two new, or say one new release, a re-release, and then a super, super old re-release for a classic film. Let me know out of those three, which one you're excited for and which one you'll be checking out on Friday. So moving on to the next Friday. Yeah, it's that spooky season, and we're getting some movies, pre-Halloween, pre-October, and September, and it's two of them that I'm really excited for. One's a little bit more of a bigger, as far as the studio ran film, Barbarian, that we'll talk about here. And the other one's a small independent Dutch horror film by the name of Speak No Evil, which I believe will be available on streaming as well. I believe Shudder, if I'm not mistaken. Let's talk about Barbarian. So I have heard this is, I believe the first amount of screenings and reactions I saw was about a week and a half ago on Twitter. And consistently, everyone kept saying, don't go watch this as cold as possible, right? Unfortunately, prior to screenings, you go to your local theaters, you go on YouTube, and they have ads. So I have seen, and I'm going to try to not give as much away as far as from what I know about the film from the trailer that I saw. But first and foremost, we talk about posters earlier. That's let me move this banner out of the way. Look at that poster. That's a pretty clean poster. Very just kind of what's going on. This is a stair. We got a doorway going down some stairs. The red. That's like a simplistic but very stylized kind of poster to me. It gets straight to the point. It's very anonymous. You don't know what's going on. I like that poster first and foremost. But as far as the film goes, let me go ahead and pull up the IMDb for this film. So, and again, they say the less you know, the better. So I'm not going to go playing a trailer or reading too much to the synopsis, but the basic premise of Barbarian is, as you all can see, let me zoom in a little bit for you all at home. A woman staying in an Airbnb discovers that the house she has rented is not what it seems. Seems pretty standard, right? You might have seen this movie, heard that premise before, but like I said, guys, from everyone that I have seen on social media, and there's a couple people I've spoken to about this film, they say that this is this year's kind of like horror film of the year, kind of that film that you want to see with a group of people, go in cold and walk out just on a cloud nine. Some people are comparing it to Malignant. If you all remember James Wan film that went to HBO Max last year, which I actually had a fun time with that film. I'm a B horror fan. Like I like a good cheesy B horror film every now and then. And I'm hearing some good things about this. And it has a really solid cast. You might, again, if you've seen the trailer, you got your Bill Skarsgård, you got your Justin Longs, and this young lady here. That's going to be starring the film. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm hoping to see it in the next week or so in the theater with a group of people. and having some good discussions about hopefully a very, very good film. So let me know in the chat, and I'm going to go over to the chat here in a little bit, but let me know, are y'all excited for Barbarian? Have you heard about it? Do you know the buzz out there about it, about, being it one of the best horror films this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So moving on to, again, like I said, a little bit more of a smaller independent horror film that I got an email about a couple weeks ago, and that is Speak No Evil. Now, this is a Dutch horror film, essentially, and again, this from what I gathered from the trailer I saw, another one of those movies, the less you know, the better the experience might be. So essentially, from what I gathered from the trailer, you have this couple that goes out, that meets another couple like on vacation or something, and then they really hit it off. And one of the couples suggests that, hey, when we get back to our regular lives, maybe you guys can come visit us in our home. And again, it's like overseas. I can't remember exactly where they are, but nonetheless, the couple takes up the offer, and then we find out that the couple that invited them has like a kid, and there's some weird stuff going on with the parenting going on. They seem to be very stern and maybe abusive, and there's maybe some other stuff going on. So everything I've heard about the film, again, I think it played at some festivals, and it will be coming out again on September 9th in limited theaters, but then it will be available on Shudder, I want to say, probably that same day, same day release. So I'm hearing some good things about it. Again, if you all don't know, I'm a big horror fan. I haven't really dove too deep into the obscure, more indie horror in a couple of years, but I'm going to get back into it, especially for spooky season. So again, we got two apparently really good horror films coming out in the next couple of weeks, one being Barbarian, the other one being Speak No Evil. And let me know what you all are. Are you looking forward to it? Are you excited for it? Let me know in the comments below. So let me head on to the comments and see what you all are talking about, and then we'll go ahead and transition over to our next few films coming to the theaters. Let's see. My man B. Avery, what it do, Brandon? Check out Brandon's channel. I know I'm going to watch it later tonight, get his first reactions on the Lord of the Rings series, which we'll talk a little bit about later. He's always doing great stuff. I think he did a trailer reaction that I'm going to have to check out for that new Winnie the Pooh film, which is crazy. But shout out to Brandon from Just My Opinion Reviews. Let's see. Moving on to, we'll be talking about that in a little bit, Maxine, for sure. Yes, okay, so it is Saturday, and again, this thanks you, Maxine. That was referring to the Cinema Day, which is apparently on Saturday. $3 to go see any movie in any screen format that you want. So that's pretty dope to me. Let's see. Rems wants to check out Hung for G's. I love Regina too. She is so funny. Yeah, from everything I've heard that she is the standout of the film. All right. And Rims, I'm pretty sure aren't you, because I saw there were some bots that popped their way in here. Do I have I think I made you a moderator. If not, I can definitely do that now. Or Brandon, if you're still here. I think the bots are gone now, hopefully, knock on wood. I think I blocked them. Yeah, they should be blocked. So moving on to the rest of our comments here. We got some Barbarian fans. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Like I said, I heard some really good things about it. Elliot and his horror. Oh, I love me some horror. I'm telling you, that's my jam. Definitely gonna see Barbarian. Let's see. Cool. Alrighty, well, let's transition into some other movies that we got coming out later this month, the following week, and we got two of them. One being The Woman King and Pearl. Let's talk about Woman King here for a little bit. Let me actually pull up, and what I'm gonna do with something a little bit different from the previous breakdowns. There's some films I want to spend a little bit more time on, and other ones I'm just going to kind of, briefly go over it. But this film here, The Woman King, I do want to spend a little bit of time kind of talking about this one here, because it's actually a film that I'm pretty excited for based on this talent, man, and also the premise of this film, based on true events of the particular tribe in Africa that was an inspiration for, you all might know, Dora Milaje from Black Panther. And from my, as far as the media goes, the only time I've really seen this tribe really be highlighted and being backed by a studio and big budget was probably Lovecraft Country. One of the episodes kind of highlighted that, and I thought it was fantastic. So I love that their story gets to be told, and we get to have it on this big scale. And the cast, man. Viola Davis, John Boyega, and also Gina who did back in the day Love and Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball. I think she did Love and Basketball. She did the Old Guard a couple years on Netflix. So I'm a big fan of her work, and the trailers look solid, man. And again, this history that I'm glad that, and look at this talent, man. Again, I don't care what anyone says. Viola Davis is one of the goats of our generation. Just such a fantastic actress. You got Lashana Lynch and the two young ladies on her side. I've seen both of them in a couple other projects. The Underground by Barry Jenkins. They were fantastic in it. It looks beautiful. It looks. We got a little ad there. Look at Viola and John Boyega. Looking badass as ever. Loving the style, the aesthetic, the badassery going on here. Very, very excited for this one, and I believe I just got the email today saying that I'll be able to check it out, I think, next week. So keep an eye out for a review for The Woman King, starring Viola Davis and John Boyega, coming to theaters September 16th. Let me know if that's something you all are looking forward to checking out on the big screen in just a couple weeks. And again, y'all know I love me some horror. So we got to talk about some horror here. And that is the new Ty West prequel to his film that came out early this year, A24's X. And if you all do not know, X was a pretty solid throwback kind of 70s slasher film that I'm a big when it comes to horror, slasher is my thing, right? I love supernatural and all that, but I love a good slasher film. So Pearl, starring Maya Goth, is again the prequel to X, which literally came out like maybe 4 months ago. And it's rare, man, especially with a studio like A24, to have a film, a sequel or follow-up or a prequel in this case, come out in such a short window of time. So that speaks loud to me. That speaks confidence that they are confident in this film, and they know that the people, because they obviously they greenlit the prequel before the original X came out. So that's kind of speaks loudly to the quality. And I think X might not be for everyone, but I really very much so enjoyed it. You can see my reviews on X. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, because if you all have seen X, you all know. And again, I don't want to give too much away, but this young lady on the screen here played a couple different people. I'll just say that in the film, and I thought that she was great in the role. And I'm really liking this, again, going back and origins and kind of getting a little bit more from that character. So, yeah, I am very excited for Pearl. And what's the next one? Are we going to get a trilogy? I don't know, but I'm here for it if we end up getting that. So again, guys, on the 16th of September, we got The Woman King and Pearl coming out. Let me know out of those two, which one are you most excited for? Or are you going to see both? Or are you going to miss out on both of them and wait till they come on streaming? Let me know in the comments below. So, someone mentioned it earlier, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Avatar re-releasing for the 19th time, trying to add in a couple more money. It's the highest grossing film of all time. I think this is a smart move, because obviously Avatar is coming out in December. And there's been a lot of buzz. I don't know if Brandon's still here. He doesn't think that this film is going to do as well. But I think this film is going to do pretty damn well at the box office, man. I think this film is not going to do the numbers of the original one, but I think it's going to be probably the highest grossing film of this year, which I want to say would be passing Top Gun Maverick, which I think is at 1.3. I think Avatar can make that in a blink of an eye, if you ask me. But hey, it all depends on the marketing and obviously the word of mouth and all that, and seeing if it's a story. What is it, 2009? It's been 13 years, which is insane that it's been that long, but they will be re-releasing it. And like I said, I think it's smart to, again, get people excited. Maybe the people that were not even alive, right? Little kids that weren't around in 2009, they get to see Avatar for the first time and get excited for the sequel. So I think that's pretty smart on their end. And hey, man, if you go back to my most anticipated films of 2022, Avatar was up there. I'm really looking forward to this movie, because listen, James Cameron, don't count that man out. That man always seems, when you think he's down and out, or you think like, oh, this man, he hasn't made a film in 10 years. What is James Cameron doing? Well, he's out there making new technology. He's in the depths of the sea. He's climbing the heavens and doing all that stuff to give us some of the best visuals we've ever seen, whether it be the follow-up to Alien with Aliens, the follow-up to Terminator, which was his film. And then obviously he brought back one of the best sequels of ever, Judgment Day, The Abyss, obviously Titanic. And then from there, Avatar, True Lies is one of my favorites of his. I'm a big James Cameron fan, and I never count him out. So I'm really looking forward to the sequel, but also happy that people that didn't get the chance to see the original get to see it for the first time, or maybe for the 100th time. But Listen, this film here, the next one that we are going to talk about, and again, just spending a little bit time on some of the more exciting movies, of the movies that have maybe a little bit more controversy than they initially thought they were going to have, and that is Don't Worry, Darling. Well, I think it's time to worry, ladies and gentlemen, because man, this film is getting some unnecessary publicity that I know that they do not want to have for this film that has a pretty stacked cast, man. I mean, Florence Pugh is just as hot as fire right now in regards to just her popularity, and obviously she's extremely talented. Harry Styles, I don't listen to the young man's music, but I know he's a fan pleaser, man. People love his music. People love him, his style, and what he has to offer to the world. So I know he has an audience there. And then you got Olivia Wilde directing this film, who, Booksmart came out, what was that, 2019? Very, very much enjoyed that film. Chris Pine. I mean, it's just a very talented group of individuals working together on this film. And if you all have seen the trailers, you know that the visuals, man, it looks very mind-bending, kind of, domestic stuff going on, mixed in with some science fiction, Stepford Wives type of vibe going on here. And it's just, and I love the kind of throwback, this kind of period piece, the aesthetics and and the production design of this time. So listen, I'm excited for it, but I ain't gonna lie. If you all don't know, this film has gotten a lot of controversy in the last coming weeks. Number one, Olivia Wilde, who's the director and also is supporting cast member in this film, she came out, and for whatever reason, I don't know if she was being interviewed or whatever the case may be, but she was asked about, once upon a time when they were casting this film, Shia LaBeouf, who's another actor that's been kind of in the headlines in the last few weeks, he was supposed to be playing the Harry Styles character, who's the husband of Florence Pugh in this film. And, apparently it came out that she had to fire him because he was his methods of acting was not a collaborative effort, especially with his co-star being Florence Pugh. So apparently she had to fire him for that. So that got out there about a week ago. And then Shia LaBeouf, who again, that's a whole conversation for another day. He's going through like a whole life crisis and trying to rebuild his image. But he came out and said, nah, Miss Olivia Wilde, I got the receipts to prove that you didn't have to fire me. I left the project. And there's a video out online. Again, I don't really get into all the gossip and all that, but there was a video online of her like pleading for him to come back on set and kind of taking some digs at Florence Pugh and saying that, you can watch the video. So that's some controversy. And then something else came out that Florence Pugh doesn't want to be a part of the press because she has some tension going on with the director of this film, Olivia Wilde, because you see these two on screen here, they're dating in real life. I don't know if they're still dating, but I know they were dating while they were filming this film. And then apparently Florence Pugh was talking to Harry Styles. So it's just again, the title is called Don't Worry, Darling, but there's a lot of stuff to worry about off screen, which is unfortunate for this film, which it might be a good thing and a bad thing because we all know it's Hollywood. People love gossip. People love drama. People love a train wreck. So people will probably just watch this and never even heard of this movie just because of the fact that there's like controversy going on. So it might work out for the film. It might hurt the film. I think it's going to work out for the film. I think it's still going to be a great film. Everything that I've seen so far looks pretty great. And I'm still excited for it. Again, when I go to the theater, whatever's going on, I try to separate the art from the artist and just go on with a clean slate, leave that back as the front door, and just enjoy the story they're trying to tell. So I'm looking forward to it, even though there's a lot of a lot of controversy going on with this film at the moment. But again, I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you all are, again, excited for the re-release of Avatar. You're excited for Don't Worry, Darling. Let me know in the chat. And did I miss one? Oh, no. Okay, so we got two more, and then we're going to move on to streaming, and I'm going to get to you all's comments here, because I would like to keep this under an hour and a half. But we go long on these, especially when we have a good time. And again, I want to bring you guys in a little bit later too, if that's something you guys are down for, as far as joining the stream with live call-in. So at the end of the month, literally 30 days from now, September 30th, we got a comedy, a rom-com, and a horror film. Again, horror fans out there, get ready, man. Horror is right around the corner. But the first one here is Bros, the new Billy Eichner film, which looks really funny, man. Listen, I like Billy. I think he is so damn funny. What is the name? Someone in the chat help me. What is the name of his like YouTube shtick. What he does, he goes, it's like Billy on the Streets, I think, where he just goes up to people and just does a bunch of random stuff. I think he's very funny. And from what I've seen from him as an actor, he's a pretty solid actor too. I've seen him in some movies, I've seen him in some shows, American Horror Story, and so on. So this is a rom-com, but in the vein of representing the gay community, man. Again, we talk about representation and how big and important it is, and we don't see too many LGBTQ plus rom-coms with people being shown on screen in this light. So I think number one, that's incredible, and number two, it looks hilarious, man. I think it comes from. Let me pull this up right quick, and then keep talking about it here. But I believe the director is the same guy that did Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is one of my favorite comedies in the kind of mid 2000s. Yeah, Nicholas Stoller. Yeah. Let me make sure that was just to make sure he did direct that. Yep, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the Muppets movie. Let me pull this up so I can show you guys his filmography. I think that the director is really, the stuff I've seen of his, he's really great. He has great comedic timing as far as shooting comedy, because comedy is very subjective. We all know that, but it obviously got to have good actors to convey the comedy, but also a good director to know how to present the comedy. So this is his filmography again. The 5-Year Engagement, he's a producer on that one. Where's his directing credits? Here we go. What has Mr. Nicholas done? So yeah, if you all haven't seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, is hilarious. Inside of you, if you see it in the film, you know what I'm talking about. Get Him to the Greek was it was actually a sequel. I didn't know he directed. No, he didn't direct that. Okay. That one was okay. It wasn't as funny. He was a producer on the 5-Year Engagement. He hasn't done a movie in a minute, it looks like. Okay, he directed Neighbors 2. Wasn't a fan of that. Storks, I didn't see that. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Bros. Again, I thought the trailer looked great. I'm a big fan of Billy, so definitely let me know if you guys. I plan on checking that out by the end of the month too, when the screener is available in theaters. So let me know if you guys are excited for that. Bros coming out on September 30th, and then again, guys, horror fans out there, where are my horror fans? Now this one, man, I ain't gonna lie, it looks cheesy as hell. Smile looks cheesy as hell, but man, that trailer was pretty legit, man. I like it. Was very kind of, I don't even think it's Blumhouse. I think it's just like another studio, but it has like a Blumhouse type of feel to it. Kind of, I don't want to say low budget, but it doesn't have the the actors that might not be a household name. It has Jesse T. Usher, who, if you all are boys fans out there, A-Train's in it. But yeah, man, that trailer, the thing that got me on the trailer, y'all, was first off, the creepy smile. Let me see if I can find some pictures besides the poster here. That the smiles coming from these actors reminded me of which I guess is not a good comparison because it was a terrible movie. What was that movie that came out in 2019 that had like a weird demonic? Oh, it was so terrible. Truth or Dare. It had Truth or Dare. If you guys saw that, and they had like this creepy, weird smiles. That was like the only thing that was like at all appeasing, was like how creepy the smiles were on those characters. But it reminds me of that a little bit. But let me see if I can find one of those actors smiling, because it is a very the poster here shows one of the characters in the movie smiling, and that's all they got there. There it is. There's one of those creepy smiles there. But yeah, man, I thought the trailer was pretty effective, especially if you've seen the trailer. The last frame, like the last 5 seconds of the trailer, with someone's head rolling around like a damn toy or something, or it was just it was great. I love that little moment there. I know it's probably gonna be not that good of a movie. I do realize that, but hey, you never know, man. You never know with these kind of B-list horror films. But let me know in the comments if Smile is on your bucket list for this month. Again, we got a lot of horror. We got Smile. We got Pearl. Even, Don't Worry, Darling has a little tinge of thriller going on with it. We got Barbarian. We also have Speak No Evil. So like I said, guys, that spooky time of the year is coming upon us, man, and I love it. And again, of course, we got The Woman King. We talked about Bros. So we got a lot of good movies to look forward to, y'all, coming to the big screen. Of course, Spider-Man, and we talked a little bit about Avatar re-releasing, Jaws re-releasing. So some good stuff to look forward to in the month of September in regards to movies on the big screen. All right, so let's transition over to the comments. Again, we got 45 of y'all watching live. We're about 30 minutes into tonight's stream. Thank you all for tuning in. It means the world to me. This is a late one. I didn't know how many people were going to show up, because I know people got their jobs and got their lives. So I appreciate you all tuning in and having a fun time with me. So If you haven't, give the video a thumbs up, share the video, leave your awesome comments in the comment section, and I will try to get to all of them as I can. And we're gonna keep this train moving. All right. So going back to the top, Brandon's talking about, yes, Regina was great. Yeah, that's what I saw your out of theater reaction. I know you said she was really great in it. So I figured that because she's such a great actress. Let's see here. We got some people excited for Pearl. Yeah, me too. Very excited for that. Had boys here early. We got people saying what's up to the chat. I love that. September is heavy. Yeah, some big stuff, especially when we get to the TV section here in a second. Let's see. Rims. Yes, I watched Mr. B. Okay, talking about the church movie. That's awesome. Culture getting close to 40K. September is a stack month. Yeah, man. Well, shout out to you, Culture, and appreciate the love, man. We hopefully will be linking up maybe in the coming weeks for a show that I'll be talking about here. But definitely check out Culture's channel. A lot of great breakdowns, a lot of great explainer videos. He's a horror fan too, so definitely check him out. Appreciate it, man. Justin, what's up, man? How we doing? Let's see here. Let's see. Andrew in the building. What's going on, man? How we doing? Kenny saying, yeah, I love that retro look, right? It looks so dope to me. Rams, I'm going to let you take one for the team. E, can't handle this one. I know you don't like your horror, but I love me some horror. Mara loves some horror. I know she does. I can't wait for spooky season, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. It wasn't Avatar re-release. Yeah, it's like the 19th time. They're stacking up the money. That's how they end up beating Avengers, because they came out again. This would be amazing. Think it would be better than the first and make more money than the first. Okay, did I reverse? Did I say that wrong, Brandon? Okay? So you think it's gonna? Yeah, that's the reverse. Yes, you're right. I said rewind. Brandon thinks it's gonna make just as much as the first. I don't think it'll hit those numbers. I completely fudge that up. My apologies, Brandon. But yeah, I think it's going to make a lot of money, my friend. But I don't think it's going to come to the heights of the original for various reasons. Ticket prices are higher. There's still a huge amount of people that still haven't went back to the theater. So on and so forth. But it's going to make money, bro. It's going to make money, B. It's going to make money, but not that 2009 Avatar money. I'm obsessed with Avatar. Yeah, we're going to see them blue folks again in December, and I'm excited for it. Was the issue with Don't Really? I can't wait for it. Well, I already went over it. It's some unnecessary drama, but it is what it is. It's Hollywood, baby. They'll get over it. I'm a big Florence Pugh fan. I think the first time I saw her, it was a wrestling movie. That came out a while ago. That was such a good movie. It had so much heart. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that was my first time being exposed to Florence Pugh, and I've been a fan ever since. So she's fantastic. Kiki Lang is in the movie. Yeah, and Kiki, yeah, she was great in Bill Street. She's going to be in The Woman King. Yeah, they got a phenomenal cast in that film. D Movie Man in the building. I haven't been so excited. I haven't been so excited for Don't Worry, Darling for some time now, but now hearing all the behind the scenes foolery, Olivia, actually, yeah, it's a lot going on, but I'm still looking forward to it. Elliot, I want to call. Yeah, I'll share that link a little bit later. I'm gonna go over all these movies and shows, and then we'll share the link a little bit later. Kenny Florence Pugh is married to Zach. Well, again, I don't want to get into the gossip, but apparently they broke up. They broke up like 6-7 months ago, but they didn't want it to the public. Don't ask me how I know this stuff. Instagram, Twitter, that's how I know. But yeah, apparently they broke up some time ago. But yeah. Netflix drama. That's funny. Billy on the Streets. Yes. That is so funny. What's going on, Mac? Shout out to Mac. I want to see Smile. Yeah, I know it's going to be corny as hell, but I'm here for it. Y'all. Truth. Oh, that movie was garbage. We got L in the building. Hey y'all, I'm mad at A-Train. A-Train is he's a whole ass mess. But man, I can't wait for The Boys season 4. I can't believe we're 4 seasons in. I can't wait for it. But yeah, A-Train is in. Smile. I hope he can run and survive to the end of the film. I hope he's not the first black person to be killed in the film. We'll see. My immediate thought was a bit off the separate film. Gotcha. Reminds me of From. Oh, I haven't seen From, but I heard it's a fantastic show. All right, I think we got to most of it here. Ready or Not was so good. Was that 2019? 2019 was a good year for cinema, man. That was obviously the last kind of big year for movies before everything shut down, unfortunately. Let's see here. Travis, what's up, Travis? Yo, Elliot, what's up? I swear you're my friend in my head. Every time I want to watch a movie or show, I wonder would you cover the show or movie like P Valley, which it goes off an industry power. Yeah, those are shows I have not seen, unfortunately. I've seen a little bit of Westworld, but I haven't seen the other ones. But I've heard great, I know Brandon covers those shows, and a lot of other people cover those shows. So one day, I don't have, I think it's on Stars or Showtime. I don't have that app. So that's why I haven't watched it, my friend. But shout out to you, Thomas or Travis. Appreciate you coming in and showing some love, man. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to the streaming, because again, I want to share the link and I don't want this to be too late, because I know people got jobs and lives, me being one of them. So, and I want to, like I said, interact with you all a little bit later. So let's move on to the streaming services. And that is Netflix. Let's see what we got coming out to Netflix. Starting off with, now this is a show, I'll be honest with you all. I'm way behind. And I'm talking about so behind that I haven't seen a single frame of the show. And that is Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai season 5. Now it's I've seen the movies. I've seen all of them, I'm pretty sure. Even the Jaden Smith one. And I enjoy them. Great 80s, 90s karate, encouraging, inspiring type of film. I was one of those people that was like, YouTube, because if you all know, Cobra Kai started off when it was a YouTube Red or something like that. That came and went so fast. But nonetheless, people was like, yo, forget YouTube Red. Cobra Kai is where it's at. And then obviously we know Netflix brought them back and whatnot. And I've heard nothing but great things about the show. I heard that it plays into, the cheesiness of kind of that, the nostalgia of those stories that came out in the 80s and 90s. And I'm cool with that. I love a good cheesy cheeseball show every now and then. But I don't know, man. I think it's one of those things where I'm so behind that I just haven't plunged into the dojo. But I will one day, because I've heard nothing but fantastic things about it. And again, 5 seasons is no joke, man. Especially a show that had an uphill climb of people like me that didn't give it a chance, or people that were like, just let the Karate Kid die. But I've heard that it is a fantastic show. And I know a lot of people out there probably that are watching this now are big fans of Cobra Kai. So I'm happy that y'all have your show coming back. And I heard that they have this isn't the end. They got a couple more seasons lined up for it. I wouldn't be surprised they have spinoffs for it. So Cobra Kai is back, man. I'm glad everyone's excited for it. And one of these days, I'm going to enter into the dojo and get into my Cobra Kai-ness, because I heard it is a dope ass show. So let me know if you all are excited for that. We got a movie coming out on the same day by the name of End of the Road, starring Queen Latifah and Chris Bridges, aka Luda. Move, get out the way. I'm doing 100 on the highway. He's a solid actor. He's not the best, but he's solid. Queen Latifah, iconic, living single, set it off, the list goes on and on and on. I'm going to just give it a watch just for the sake that I'm a fan of Luda's rapping, and he's an okay actor, but I'm also a fan of the Queen Latifah. And the trailer looked pretty interesting. I thought it was going to be kind of super cheesy, corny, bad, but I'm like, no, this is pretty thrilling. This is essentially a family going to get caught up in some nonsense of taking someone's briefcase that had money in it. Kind of, I won't say No Country for Old Men, but kind of that premise of you coming across a briefcase with money and some assassins, some bad, I don't know if they're assassins, but some bad people want to find them, and so on. It writes itself, right? But I'm going to check it out, man. And Queen Latifah been doing her thing in the action realm. She did the The Equalizer. She did which I didn't watch, but I heard it was solid. So listen, Queen Latifah, big fan. Luda, big fan. So I'm gonna probably check that out. Let me know if you guys are excited for that film. End of the Road. You gotta love those titles. You gotta love those titles. Listen, man, I'm gonna get to some guilty pleasures here. I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking about cheesy a lot, right? And I talked about how I love a big a cheesy horror film, but I like a good rom-com too, man. And this is a film, listen, man, guilty pleasure, wherever you want to call it. I'm only here for one person, and that is Maya Hawke. I'm a big fan of hers. If y'all don't know, I'm a big Stranger Things fan, so I'm here for her. I know Camilla, she's okay. I've seen her in her fair share of things. I know she's in Riverdale. She was on arguably one of the worst films I saw that year that it came out. I can't think of the name of it. It was like this very, very terrible drama thriller with her, and like there was like she was a stay-at-home nurse, and she was looking over this rich man's house, and it was just nonsense, and it was just really bad. Was Jesse T. Usher in that as her husband? I don't know. It was just bad. But anyway, she's a beautiful woman. She's talented, right? I guess. But it's like Mean Girls meets this. It's called Do Revenge, and I believe it's coming out September 16th. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know a lot of people aren't gonna watch it. But like I said, man, I'm here for Maya Hawke because I'm a fan of hers. And the trailer was, again, it's Gen Z type of thing going on, where the rich girl who's played by Camilla is she gets her heart broken or cheated on by her boyfriend, and Maya Hawke is they're like gonna like do a Mean Girl things where they're gonna like get revenge on their ex or something. It's probably gonna be bad as hell, but it's like a Netflix film that I'll cut on like at 11 o'clock at night and just watch while I'm like editing a video or doing something like that. So hey, we're here for it, man. Do Revenge on Netflix. Let me know if you all will be checking that out. But then wrapping up Netflix, man. This is a film that has come a long way regarding. There was a time where the film was not slated. It was a time when the film was having some things going on with the marketing of it, because it's apparently very explicit, talking NC-17. But it stars a very up and coming star, who I think is a very talented individual, and it's about one of the most infamous Hollywood stars of all time, and we're talking about Blonde, the new Netflix original, which is, if you all don't know, is based on Marilyn Monroe, played by the extremely beautiful Ana de Armas, and also a extremely talented Ana de Armas. But that's a Hollywood crush for me, if you didn't know. But she is so great. And the trailer was very fascinating, man. Very, very much a character study, black and white, kind of exploring. And I went to school for film and video, and I've seen quite a few Marilyn Monroe movies, and I know kind of a little bit of the track record as far as her outside of Hollywood. We talked about Don't Worry, Darling drama earlier. Mr. President. I mean, she had as her and teach her own, man, live her life. I mean, back then, could you imagine if Twitter was around when Marilyn was around, man? You know what I'm saying? World star. But listen, Marilyn Monroe is an extremely talented individual that came with a baggage. She came with some baggage, man. But nonetheless, this film is going to essentially be covering her life. And like I said, this film is apparently very explicit. Like, and I've seen some, because they played it at some of the festivals, and some people describe some of the explicit nature of this film. And from what I read, yeah, NC-17 is appropriate rating for some of the stuff that we're gonna. I don't know if it's been edited since I heard some of the stuff at the festivals, because again, it was a lot of like people were like, this is shocking. Like, this is stuff that I don't know if we can show to an audience. So yeah, man, I'm really fascinated to learn more about Marilyn Monroe. I'm very fascinated to see this other side of Ana de Armas. I know a lot of people know her from most recently, the Bond films, or what else was she in? The Gray Man most recently, Knives Out. But I remember her from she was in this film with Leonardo DiCaprio, Keanu Reeves, very small independent film. I can't think of the name of it right now. That was my first time seeing her. She was in a film with Jonah Hill and Miles Teller called War Dogs. I'm like, yo, she's beautiful, but she also has a lot of talent, man. And then she blew me away with Blade Runner 2049. I thought she was fantastic. I'm a big fan of Ana de Armas, and I'm really excited to see what she does in this role, for, again, one of the most well-known Hollywood names of all time, infamous Hollywood stars that and I don't remember, again, I don't know, I don't know if she died tragically, if it was, one of those Hollywood tragic stories. I think it was. I can't really remember off top, but yeah, man, again, I'm looking forward to Blonde coming out at the end of the month, September 28th on Netflix, y'all. So before we move on to our next streaming service, which is on Apple, let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see. And again, shout out to everyone dropping their amazing comments in the chat and tuning in and having fun tonight. I appreciate y'all. Are you excited for Black Adam? Heck yeah. And we'll talk about that when the time comes next in October. Zia, good evening. How you doing? What's up? Love, we got some Cobra Kai fans in here. That's what's up. We got some Cheese fans in here. That's what's up. Cobra Kai is my favorite. I gotta get on it, man. I gotta get in that Kai the ring and get into those fighting moods. Let's see. OMG, not Luda. Luda! I'm doing 100 on the highway. Luda's, man, this ain't a movie or a music channel, but man, I'm a big Luda fan, man. He's a hell of a rapper, man. Looks like a BT movie. Crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, the 80s style. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I like the style. And this, like I said, this is probably gonna be bad, but I'm a Maya Hawk fan. Can she act outside of Riverdale? I know Maya. Yeah, like I said, Camilla. Yeah, very beautiful, but talent. Yeah, teach his own, right? Mean Girls meet. Yeah, that's a good comparison, Justin. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out, y'all. Yeah, man, Euphoria, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Got some messy drama. All right. Let me see. If there's anyone talking about Blonde, because I know there's here we go. L. I have a crush on Andy Armas. Very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. I saw her oh wow, filming the Deep Water. L. Did you see that film? That film was not as erotic as I thought it was gonna be. Ben Affleck, Ana de Armas. It was a very kind of abrupt ending. Anyway, y'all can check out my review on Deep Water. But yeah, she was in that with Ben Affleck. And like I said, it's N17 as far as the new film Blonde. So very intrigued to see what's going on there. I'm looking forward to seeing Ana de Armas as Maryland. I didn't know the country. Yeah, look it up. It's some stuff that apparently we're gonna see some things come next month. Knives Out was great. Yeah, I'm so excited for Glass Onion, the sequel coming out. Moonlight. Sorry, how you doing, Moon? Has anyone seen art? Yeah, I have. I actually saw that. I was very, very invested in that show. It kind of went off the rails for me towards the end, but very, very good horror, science fiction horror too, kind of with some, a little bit of time travel and stuff. Yeah, it was a really good show. Really good show. What's going on, Joel? He is new to the channel. He or she. Welcome to the channel, Joel. I appreciate you showing some love. Give the thumbs up if you can, and subscribe. We do this on a monthly basis. We do other streams for other shows and movie reviews, CB reviews, and all that fun stuff. So thank you. We appreciate you too, Ella. Well, thank you, Rems. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Justin, I think it's coming out next month, and I think it's the last season apparently. So I'm a big Ted Lasso fan. Very excited to see what comes of that show. I watched Blonde for the lead. She's a baddie. She's a baddie, man. She's a baddie. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't like the ending. It was a bit abrupt for me. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me see. We got one more. Ana de Armas is who I want as an MCU. Okay. That's Jean might be a little bit. I wanted the X-Men to be a little bit younger. And she's not, she's like 34. She's, her prime of career, but I want to go a little bit younger for that. But the Sue Storm, that would be interesting. Zia, that's interesting. I would prefer her in DC, if I'm being honest with you. And Zoe Kravitz is great as Catwoman, but I was actually looking forward to maybe Anna playing Catwoman. But since that role has been vacant or taken up, I would love to see her as Poison Ivy. I think Anna would be great in that role. So she's a great actress. So wherever she falls, I'm here for it. D Movie Man hit me up with some knowledge here. Yeah, Marilyn Monroe had a lot of mystery and controversy there. Yeah, so I got to look it up because I can't remember if it was drugs or alcohol involved. It was a murder suit. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But I'm gonna watch the movie. Maybe the movie will explore that element of her life because Mr. President. Yeah, many heard to me. Yeah. It's crazy. Let me know. Throw out X-Men. Dewana Wise. Oh my gosh, she is so talented and so beautiful. Biggest crush on her. I fell in love with her in the Spike Lee movie that turned into a show. Jesus, I can't think of the name right now, but she is fantastic. She would be a really great Storm. I like that casting, Al. She is great. All right, y'all. So let's move on to some Apple. Not a lot going on for Apple. And if y'all don't know, I love me some Apple TV Plus, man. But they're a little quiet the last few months. We got C that's back on TV. I know For All Mankind, people love that show. I really couldn't get into it. There's been a couple other shows that I kind of missed last few months, but this is one of this is a movie coming to the platform, and Apple TV movies are pretty solid, man. And we got a new one starring Zac Efron and Russell Crowe, based on a true story by the name of I love this title, The Greatest Beer Run Ever. Now, this is apparently about this man on that beer can there, played by Zach Efron. Apparently, from what I gathered from the synopsis, this is based on during the Vietnam, and Zach Efron, I don't think was able to go to the army. He wasn't able to enlist. A lot of his buddies went down there. He wanted to support them and check on them, so he went to Vietnam and gave them beer. And in the mix of all that stuff, I think Bill Murray's in the film. All the craziness of Sue. So it looks like it's a little bit of a little bit of a comedy by the title of it, but also probably has a little bit of heart and courage and just showing, that, bond and friendship that he has around the people that's fighting the war. So I might give this a watch, man. And we talked about, what did we talk about earlier? Like an actor that might be known more for people don't give them a chance, or maybe I'm just making this up because I have conversations in my head all the time. But Zac Efron, I think people sleep on him, and I think he's a really solid actor. I don't know if he's really displayed or had the career trajectory. I don't think he's gotten himself out of that heartthrob. Women love him, and rightfully so. The man's cut and good looking individual. So, but he's a good actor, man, and I think he's been kind of showing that in the most recent years. He was in the Ted Bundy film. I thought he was really solid as Ted Bundy. And it was a movie called what was it called? Paperboy, with Nicole Kidman and a really solid cast. Like y'all, and of course everyone knows him from High School Musical and whatnot. And he was also great in Neighbors. That was the sequel was terrible, but he was funny in that. So I'm a Zac Efron fan, man. He's a really solid dude as far as acting goes. I don't know him personally, but yeah, man. I might check this out. As far as films go for Apple TV Plus. So let's move on to the big one here. And that's Disney Plus coming out on September 8th. And I was actually shocked that this didn't go to theaters. And that's Pinocchio. You're a real boy. I'm a real boy. I was surprised that this is going to Disney Plus, y'all. And I think it's coming to theaters at the same time. And this is coming out next week. Man, that trailer was pretty magical, y'all. That trailer got me in the feels of like childhood memory and wonder and just being on an adventure. And we all know the story of Pinocchio, but and Tom Hanks, one of the greatest actors ever. Cynthia Erivo, who else is it? Luke Evans. Really great cast. The visual effects look stunning. Robert Zemeckis, y'all might recognize that name. Robert Zemeckis has done a lot of great stuff in his career. Back to the Future, a lot of great stuff. So yeah, man, very shocked to see this going to streaming. But at the same time, that's the times we live in, man. People put $100 million films on their streaming platform. So I'm gonna check this out, man. I'm Disney Plus movies aren't really for me, but I'm a fan of Pinocchio. And this is like the one of 9 Pinocchio movies coming out in the next like 3 months. I think Guillermo del Toro has a Pinocchio movie. It's like a stop motion version. And I think there's like another Pinocchio coming out from like this other smaller studio, which I think is like more of a horror Pinocchio, which to be honest with you, if y'all seen the story of Pinocchio, there's some scary ass stuff in Pinocchio, man. Those older Disney movies were like low-key horror adult movies, man. And Pinocchio was one of them, man. Is that if y'all seen the film, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm gonna check it out, man. Pinocchio, coming out next week, man. Coming to Disney Plus. And then on the same day, this movie's already been out, but for those that didn't check it out in theaters, we got Thor: Love and Thunder, which we reviewed. We did a live stream with it. A lot of coverage on that film. I am gonna check it out again because I remember I gave it like a 3.5 or something like that. And I'm wondering if the things that I liked still stand with a rewatch. And I might, we do a lot of watch alongs on this channel, and we did a watch along for Doctor Strange and did one for what was the other Disney film that came out? We've done tons of watch alongs. So we might do a watch along for Thor if the time allows it, because for all my Disney, Marvel, Star Wars fans, next week is D23, and I plan on covering that, doing like a live stream that we did for Comic-Con. We did one for the DC or the Warner Brothers Discovery conference call. We covered that live, so I'm going to probably cover Friday, Saturday, and Sunday D23, all the major news, and chat with you all live. So I don't know if I'll have time to do a watch along, but let me know for those that are watching live if you want to do a watch along for Thor: Love and Thunder for maybe that Friday night or maybe Saturday night. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to do a watch along for Thor: Love and Thunder next weekend, which will be coming to Disney Plus next week. Let's see what else do we have for Disney Plus, and then we'll kind of finish out with some Hulu and some Amazon, and then we'll get to some live questions and some live calls. This is a big one here. Actually, let me. This is one I want to focus on here. Listen. Star Wars to me, I'm a big fan. I'm a movies fan. I haven't watched Rebels or Clone Wars. I haven't read the novels. I haven't. I played some of the games, but not like all the games. So I would say I guess I'm a casual fan that hasn't really dove too much into the other stories as far as besides the movies. And as far as their shows go, as far as Disney Plus is concerned, they have kind of worn off for me. And by the way, these posters for Andor have been like fire. Like, oh my goodness, this is classic Star Wars posters here. Andor was such an interesting character for Rogue One, which I think is probably it is the best Disney Star Wars film that we've gotten since the acquisition back in 2014. I love Rogue One. Such a great film. The score, the cinematography, the story, the groundedness, the grittiness, the characters, the dark ending, and Darth Vader coming in with his lightsaber was pretty badass. So I'm a big fan of that film, and I'm a big fan of Andor, and I love this concept of the show, of the groundedness of the story, the rebels in regards to this spy thriller espionage theme that is just so fascinating to me, which I was hoping that we got in like Boba Fett show, which is garbage. I did not like Boba Fett. I was hoping that was going to be like a grounded, gritty gangster, kind of show, which it was complete opposite of that. But this show here, man, really, really fascinating, man. Like, first off, Tony Gilroy, fantastic creator, and a lot of the writers they have in the show are from shows like, if you guys ever watched on FX American, which is a spy show, which is just so great. And a lot of great people behind this show, man. And the trailers have been so good, y'all. And shout out to the Disney execs to make the smart decision to not have She-Hulk in this show Andor running on the same day and at the same time. By the time September 21st comes around, we'll be 7-8 episodes in the She-Hulk, which means they'll only be going on around for 2-3 weeks or whatnot, which is much better than what happened with Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel. It's a huge marketing mistake on their end, in my opinion, because Obi-Wan clearly was more IP brand recognition and kind of overshadow, which I thought was actually, you would have asked me a year ago which show would have been better, Miss Marvel or Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was Miss Marvel for me, but I digress. But this looks dope, man. Again, the grittiness, the groundedness, the politics, which as a kid watching the prequels, I wasn't really down for the trading and all the, politics of Star Wars. But as I've gotten older, I've come to really appreciate those stories. And this is essentially taking place, I want to say 2 years before Rogue One. And the first season is going to be like cut up into different chapters, or actually, let me rewind. I think the first season is like 10 years before Rogue One, and each episode is like 2 years ahead of time. It's very interesting stuff that they got going on. But the thing that gets me excited is it's thought out. They've got my man Forrest Whitaker returning here. It's thought out. It's mapped out. It's a plan, and I like what I'm seeing, y'all. I will be watching the hell out of this. I probably won't cover it because the more I have been doing this YouTube thing, I have found that it is nice every now and then, not all the shows, but it's nice to have a show for yourself to just kind of take in and watch and not worried about, all right, I got to watch it, I got to review it, I got to edit it, I got to do that. It's nice to have a show to kind of take in. And now if I'm floored and if it's like such great television that I'm like bound to want to talk about it with y'all, then obviously we'll make some changes. But right now, I don't plan on covering Andor, not for the sake that I'm not excited for. It's just that sometimes you just want to have a show that you can enjoy and just watch and not, again, make hours of content and then kind of, miss out on just enjoying something for yourself. But neither here nor there. I am very, very looking forward to this series. And again, it just looks fantastic. So let me know if I'm tripping, if this is something you guys could care less about, or if you're like me and very intrigued to explore this side of the galaxy far, far away. So Andor coming to Disney Plus on September 21st. Let me know if you all are excited for that. The next one here, listen, y'all. They're bringing the sisters back. They are bringing the sisters back. We got Hocus Pocus 2, which yeah, I wouldn't say I'm excited for it. I had one of my closest friends is a big fan of this film, and I've seen it. So I think I can say I've seen Hocus Pocus, but I haven't like intentionally sat down and watched it for myself. Like I've seen it, watching it through other people and being on TV, but I don't know if I really sat down and watched it in its entirety, like I said, for myself. So I'm gonna probably do that before this film comes out. I remember thinking to myself, going back to when I talked about Disney being like dark, and like this was one of those Disney films back in when it come out. The original was the 90s, right? It was like, dude, this is what? What am I watching here? This boy gets his mouth sewed and gets trapped in a cat, and like, man, this is some dark stuff here, man. And like I said, from what I remember from the film, yeah, 1993. From what I remember, I liked what I saw, but like I said, I don't remember like fully sitting down. You know what it reminds me of? It's kind of like Beetlejuice, which I actually randomly watched the other night for the first time in a very long time. And I forgot how that movie was PG. And that movie is not PG, Beetlejuice. But I'm comparing it to Beetlejuice because, like I said, it's kind of like, this is not a kid's movie, y'all. Witches and Salem and people getting burned on a stake and trapped in a cat and mouth sold, and it's like, what's going on? So I'm gonna check out the original to kind of refresh myself, and I might have to sit down and watch the sequel, y'all, to Hocus Pocus 2. They got the original cast back, which is great. And all that good stuff. So let me know if y'all have some Hocus Pocus fans in the chat, and if you all are looking forward to that. And then what else do we have here? I think that was the last big thing for Disney. HBO didn't really have anything popping this month. Hulu, and then I'll get to the guys' chat, and we'll finish off on these next two here. Another show I really enjoy Handmaid's Tale, and it's weird to say I enjoyed Handmaid's Tale because it's so depressing and dark. But I saw the first two seasons, and for whatever reason, man, and y'all probably can relate to this, there's like a show that you really enjoy that has great writing, great acting, great directing. Better Call Saul, that happened to me with that show too. I watched the first season, and I don't know what happened. I just didn't go back to it. It has nothing to do with the show. It's just, I guess, life happens. But the fifth season of Handmaid's Tale is coming out on September 14th, which is on a Wednesday. I can't believe it's been 5 seasons of that show. And again, dark, very dark, depressing, but very well acted. Elizabeth Moss and everyone on this show is fantastic. So I'm going to have to, one of these days, Cobra Kai, Handmaid's Tale, P-Valley, Power, just have I don't know, trap myself in the house and just watch all those shows. But let me know if there's some Handmaid's Tale fans in the building. And this isn't really Hulu, but this is FX, but it's going to come out on Hulu on the following day. One of my favorite shows of all time is wrapping up, y'all, and that is Atlanta season 4 coming to FX on Thursdays, and then the next day on Hulu the next day, which is Friday. Man, I'm kind of sad, y'all. This is, like I said, if y'all know me, I covered season 3, and that was some of the best times I've had on this channel, was covering this show every week. We had a couple live streams and a lot of great discussions, a lot of great topics that were brought up in season 3. I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fans of season 3, which was understandable. It wasn't in Atlanta, it was somewhere else, but I really enjoyed the narrative and the characters, and I just love Atlanta so much. But we're wrapping it up, y'all, because obviously, as you all know, all these people on the screen right now are mega stars in their own right. Lakeith Stanfield's doing his thing, Donald Glover's been doing his thing, Brian Tyree Henry. Every time I look up, a man's in DC's and Marvel, he's in everything. And Zazie Beetz, the same goes for her. Domino for Deadpool. She was just in Bullet Train. So, I mean, their careers have blown up, which good for them, man. Get that money. But it all started with Atlanta for a lot of these people, at least for me. Like, my first time being introduced to Zazie Beetz from Atlanta. Lakeith Stanfield, I think I might have I saw him before that. I saw him like a couple years before that in a small independent film called Short Term 12, which I was like, that dude's great. And then Brian Tyree Henry, yep, that was my first time seeing him. And then I already had known about I knew about Childish Gambino before I knew that he was an actor. So I was a big fan of him prior to that. So I'm here for it, man. I will be bringing back those discussions for Atlanta every single week, which just a little bit of insight. They're going to be premiering the first 2 episodes on the premiere date. And then it's going to be 10 episodes because I've reached out to the PR. I'm hopefully going to be getting screeners soon. And like I said, we'll be doing our breakdowns. I'm going to probably do a discussion every week. Like I did a couple live streams for a couple episodes that I had a lot of fun with. So I'm going to probably do that weekly. I just got to figure out a day and a time and see if I can put a panel together to do like live discussions for Atlanta, because it's that big of a show to me and it's that important to me. There's a lot of great things to talk about with Atlanta. So season 4 coming to the small screen on September 15th. And I'm really, really excited for that. All right. Last but not least, the most expensive show to ever be produced. And that is Lord of the Rings, The Power of the Rings, y'all, which I have not seen. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends, I know Brandon was in the stream a little bit earlier. I know he watched it and has his review on his channel now that you guys can check out. And I know a lot of other great content creators have had the chance to check it out. And I'm hearing great things, y'all. I'm hearing some really good things about it. I'm going to pull up a little IMDb. We're going to look at it and let's talk about it, y'all. So listen, I would get up. I got the box set over there. Big fan of the OG Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings films, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King. Big fans of those films. Not a big fan of The Hobbit, if I'm being honest with you. Was not a fan of the visual effects, the stories, the characters. Just, it just wasn't for me. But as far as the series go, Jeff Bezos is putting his money. What they say, put your money where your mouth is. There was $1 billion show for the first season, which is insane. It's like each episode is like $50 million, which is ridiculous. But I'm hearing from the good positive feedback. I heard that everyone says that the visuals are there, the aesthetics are there, the production's there, which is fantastic. Everyone's saying that. But I'm not hearing too many. I'm going to watch Brandon's review a little bit later tonight. I'm wondering how the story is, because that's the thing about The Hobbit. The story just wasn't intriguing. The story didn't hook me in. The characters didn't grasp my attention. I hope that's not the case with this show. I want to be invested in these characters, man. I want to be engrossed in the story. I want to root for these characters like I was in the original trilogy. And by the way, as I'm saying that, I don't want to compare this show to the trilogy, right? Because it's apparently, and I know for the really diehard fans, they're kind of, not really, from what I understand, not like basing it off of like a particular storyline. Like it's like an amalgamation of different stories and kind of an original story within itself, which I know, like I said, from what I hear from the book readers, it kind of makes them a little discouraged, a little bit nervous, but I've never read the books. I've just only seen the film. So again, I just want to be invested into these stories, into these characters. I'm a big fantasy fan. We're covering House of Dragons every Sunday. I'm loving that. And I mean, hell, what a time we're living in. House of the Dragons, Atlanta, Lord of the Rings, Marvel's doing their thing with She-Hulk. I mean, we got a lot of great programming, y'all. But I'm looking forward to it. It will be premiering tomorrow. Look at, man, she looks dope on that horse, y'all. I'm loving the diversity as well. I love that there's, all types of people, all types of ethnicities in this show, which that's the world, man. It's this fantasy. There's tons of different people of different ethnicities that should have been around in these stories. So I love that we get that diversity there, which is great. I'm loving the costume and I'm loving the production. It looks good, y'all. But I hope it's again, I want to care for these characters. I want to care for these stories. I want to be engrossed in these journeys of these characters. So we'll see. We got some Hobbit action going on here. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, man. That is absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, man, that's the last thing on our list here. Again, y'all, I appreciate it. We're not wrapping up. We're not going to leave. I'm just wrapping up this section, and I'm going to open up the phone lines, if you want to call it that. But that is our September preview of all the new movies coming to theaters, coming to streaming for the month of September, which is literally in less than a day. Less than a day, y'all. So with that being said, I am going to share the link to the stream. So if anyone wants to come into the stream and share their 2 cents on the movies that I covered, the shows that we talked about, let me know which one of those movies or shows you're most excited for, which movie or show did I not talk about that you all want to talk about and discuss tonight. So I am going to share the stream link, and we can talk about, movies, shows, and all that fun stuff. So let's see here. I see there's some bots in here, so hopefully we got those bots taken out. Appreciate the mods that's with us tonight. All right, so the stream link is in the chat. So if anyone wants to come in, the link is open for you all to join if you guys want to. And let me catch up with the. All right. Man, September's gonna be fire month, man. I'm really hoping for some good movies and shows. So as you guys can see, the stream link, if anyone wants to hop in, again, just to say what's up or let me know what movie they're excited for, what show they're excited for. The stream, I'll leave it open. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. We'll go for about 20 more minutes or so. So if anyone wants to come in, by all means, that link is open to do so. Man, I'm like way behind the chat, by the way. Let me catch up to the chat. Oh, we got our first caller here. Let me bring him in here. The homie. What's going on, Justin? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Hey, man, just chilling, man. Just chilling. Are you good, bro? How you doing?
Doing all right. Like seeing the live stream with you, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the support, man. We got a lot of stuff to cover that we covered tonight, man. What are you excited for, Justin? What movie? What show? What are we running out to see in this month, man?
In September, man, it's Cobra Kai. I love it. Honestly,
I gotta catch up, man. I gotta catch up, bro.
Yeah, every episode, every time I started watching it with my wife on season 2 when it went to Netflix.
Yeah.
And man, never stopped. I love it. My son wants to be in karate now.
Hey, that's the goal of the show, man. They want everyone out there defending their loved ones, man. So were you a Karate Kid fan? Did you watch like the originals?
Actually, I only ever saw the first one. I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Wow. What? Yeah, man.
No. I had to go back and look that up on Wikipedia.
They progressively get worse, if you ask me. The second one's fine. The third one, fourth one, not so much. And then the Jaden Smith one with Jackie Chan was okay. But yeah, man, everyone, like you said, Justin, everyone I know loves karate or Cobra Kai. Everyone I know. I haven't heard a bad thing about it. Like, I know it has like some cheesy moments, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it does.
But I heard that you fall in love with the characters, man. And that's what you want for a good show, is to care for those characters, man. What about Lord of the Rings, Justin? Is this a show that you're excited for, man? Is this a show that you're excited for?
Lord of the Rings, every time I see it, it looks gorgeous. So I know they spent some good money on it. I like the video games. I played Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. And okay. I am one of the things that the main criticism I hear is the fact that for whatever reason, there were some issues with the rights. So they can't mention things that happen in the movie or things that will happen.
Yep.
So I know it's a prequel, which just like I think one of the best things about House of the Dragon is the fact that it does have the familiarity of Game of Thrones without having to call back to it all the time. So, and then that's a strength to it from what I hear. I still haven't seen it. I watched your reviews. Season 8 still left the bad taste in my mouth, so I can't watch it. But that's one of the best from what I hear about it. One of the best thing about it, they don't gotta be mentioning Starks all the time or Baratheons, but them.
It's only 2 episodes in, Justin, but I'm loving what I'm seeing right now from House of the Dragon, man. The politics, the maneuvering of who's going to get on the throne, the characters, the actors. It's fantastic, man. And like you just mentioned, they every now and then they mention Baratheons and Lannisters, but we're Targaryens. We're focusing on Targaryens, them at the peak of their dynasty, man. It's good so far. I'm only 2 episodes in, but it's pretty fantastic if you ask me, man.
I might get my membership back towards the end of it, maybe the penultimate episode, and I'll watch the finale with you.
Gotcha.
But the Ring of Power, for everything I hear about it, I'm loving it. You get a brand new timeline. Not a lot of people know about it. You're allowed to the story is able to like flex a little bit. Yeah, they have to hit certain milestones, but how you get there says a lot. So I mean, you can engage with characters, love them, hate them. They get to grow. You don't got to be like, oh, that's not how they are in the books. You get to play with them a little bit. So, but hopefully they use that as a strength rather than a hindrance.
Right. No, I agree with you, man. And speaking of Lord of the Rings, our next special caller here has had the opportunity to see the first, I
Oh,
think, 2 episodes.
lucky.
And this individual here is one of the best on the YouTubes, ladies and gentlemen. Movie roundup show every Sunday, movie reviews, trailer reactions, TV breakdowns, and one of the best dudes that I've come across on this platform, my man, Brandon from Just My Opinion Reviews. What's going on, B?
Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
guys?
What's
How
going
y'all
on,
doing? How y'all doing?
Brandon, Justin, Brandon.
Nice to
hey,
meet you,
nice to meet you,
sir.
Brandon. I watch your stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate
Celebrity,
it.
Justin. This is a celebrity that we got here, man. This is
No. Trying to get
icon, man.
like you, man. Trying to get like you.
What's going on, B?
I'm doing all right, man. Just hearing y'all talk about this Rings of Power, and it's making me smile from ear to ear.
Hey,
You
man,
Listen,
know.
I can't wait to watch it.
should we? I know you got your review on the channel. Everyone, check it out. Is this something we should all be stop what we're doing and watch this when it drops tomorrow, Brandon?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It is a visual masterpiece at the very least.
Mm.
And Justin, I just heard you say, and shout out to everybody in the chat and watching on the replay. But Justin, I just heard you say that this is it's going to be familiar, but they don't have to just stick to everything. And I think the best thing about it so far is there is a lot of territory that is familiar from the Hobbit trilogy and the Lord of the Rings, but there's also a bunch of brand new stuff too. And so you're getting it at the same time, and I think that's just the best part of it. I cannot wait to get into more of the story from like all of these characters and the different species of life and races between the elves and the dwarves. And I'm learning a lot, and I'm loving Galadriel as well, who
Is
played
that
the
the
elf.
one of the main women on the
Yeah,
posters that we've been seeing? Okay.
that was Kate Blanchett's
Yes, fine. I knew
character.
it. I was like, I know that. I
Yeah,
know that name.
Oh, okay,
right.
okay.
That's the same character. It's just she's younger,
Hmm.
and so it's her character, as long as a lot of others are really exciting right now. So I think you guys are in for a treat.
Nice, man.
Very
Nice.
well.
Well, Justin, man,
Okay.
like I said, we got a celebrity on the stream, man. You got any questions for Brandon, man? That
Oh
you want
yeah.
to shoot
Hey,
towards him?
definitely, Brandon. One thing when it comes to these new characters, is it kind of hard for you to be like, okay, I know who you're supposed to become, but seeing how they try to make it their own, or you just already see Clay Blanchett, you're like, nah, that's not how she would have played it. Or you're completely like, nah, this is a new character. I'm gonna go with you in your journey.
It's a new character that you're gonna go with in your journey, but it's pretty easy to follow. I mean, they're pretty, distinguishable, whether it's a hobbit, a dwarf, or an elf.
All right.
And I mean, it took me about. I mean, they're about an hour each. Hour, like I saw the first two, they're hour each, hour in length each one, and it was about 30 minutes into the first episode. I was like, wait a minute, is that the same character from the Lord of the Rings? And I just pressed pause and went to IMDb real quick, and I compared the character names. I was like, oh yes, and that's like where just more stuff snapped and just started
Oh,
making
okay.
sense. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, man. I think everybody will be okay. And the great thing I mean, of course, it helps if you've seen the Hobbit trilogy and the Lord of the Rings, but it's not necessary at all since this is a
Okay.
prequel. You can just go in fresh, and it'll work out for you.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
In your opinion, will this be like appointment television? Like right now, you can see Elliot's like, hey, Sunday, 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be at my house. Don't call me. Don't text me. But will
Yes.
Rings of Power be the same way? We're like, hey, it's
Yeah.
Friday. Don't mess with me. I'm watching my show.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to do better than House of the Dragon, because that was like 10 million viewers, I think, at least. But it's it'll be the closest thing. I don't see anything else right now that could compete with it. So yeah, it will be that, like, hey, it's a Ring of Power time. At least that's how it's going to be for me over here.
Okay. And it's Thursdays, right? Every Thursday is a new episode.
I think I
Whatever.
can't remember, Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Gotcha, man. Well, hey, B, I always say, just my opinion. I always check you out, man. And I know you you got great taste, man. So I'm definitely excited
Yeah,
for it.
same here.
Yeah, man. We got a couple more people in the back that I'm gonna bring in here in a second. I want to keep the conversation flowing, man. But Justin, man, before we head out, any other questions or any other shows that you're excited for, or a show that I might have missed in the recap tonight?
No, I think the only one you didn't really go on is Abbott Elementary. That's the one I'm looking forward to. That will
Oh,
make you
yeah,
laugh a
that's
lot.
season 2, right? Is that coming back?
Yeah, that's coming back. I can relate to it a lot. Grew up in those kind of schools, so I'm hoping it continues those great storylines and the great characters. One thing I didn't want to put out to the community though, I'm a huge the Sandman on Netflix fan. I read the books, so
Yes.
hopefully the fans can start watching it more again because apparently Netflix is gonna make a decision by next
Mhm.
Monday. So if we can get that show to #1 again, hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get a season 2.
Oh, Sandman was fire, Brad. I don't know if you got a chance
But
to check it out, yo, but I love the Sandman, man. It was a great
I
show.
really did.
Yeah, I got to get on that. I got to get
Yeah,
on
man.
that.
Well, Justin, man, we'll be live tomorrow talking She-Hulk, man. So I would love to catch up with you tomorrow, man, and see how your son's doing, see if he's enjoying the show so far. But before we head out, Justin, man, as always, man, it's great seeing you. Always appreciate your support, man.
I appreciate you, Elliot.
All right,
Bye,
man.
guys.
All right, guys. I'm gonna bring in another person that has been on the channel. It's been a minute. I haven't seen her in a while. We talked about her earlier, and she is here representing. What's going on, Meg? How we doing?
Hey, Elliot. Hey,
Long time
that's
no
my
see.
opinion.
Hello, hello. How are you
Brandon, this
doing?
is Meg. This is Brandon. I'm sure you probably know Brandon. This man's a celebrity.
Yeah. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie. Elliot, you hurt my feelings in the chat talking about she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's the most beautiful woman. She's the most beautiful woman. Like, okay, Elliot. So we found out your celebrity crushes
I
today.
got some celebrity crushes, man. Yeah, Ana de Armas, Dewana Wise. The list goes on and on and on.
I wrote some notes. So C is back, y'all. I'm so excited. Like,
Oh, yeah.
did you see the first episode?
Of course. That's
Yeah.
my jam. That's my jam.
Yes, I'm so excited for all the fantasy we're given. I wrote down
Yeah.
Adam's Family.
Oh, okay. I
excited
forgot.
about
Is that the
Jenna
Wednesday
Ortega.
series? Okay, is that? Did I miss that? That's coming out next week.
It's not out yet, right?
It's on Netflix. It's coming on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Is there a release date for that one?
I think October.
September. I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know. I saw some extended trailers.
Yeah.
And like usually I don't like when they like keep reviving these things, but Adam's Family, like I love most of the previous Adams families, and I kind of like how they're keeping it alive through the generations because I just know what Adams Family meant to me back in the day, the cartoon versions and like the movie versions we had in the 90s. So I'm really excited for that. I feel like that's one brand that needs to just keep going on forever. So I'm not mad about it at all.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, I'm a little cold on Tim Burton. I think when he stays in his lane, he does some great stuff, and this looks like right up his alley. So it's looking solid. I'm a big horror fan, so it looks like I love that first.
So are y'all excited for what is it, Wendell and the Wild, or?
Oh, that's it. That's the Key. Is it Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Which one is? Oh, I ain't heard about that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a stop motion animation.
Oh, is it kind of scary looking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
I don't know about that. I'm a scary cat over here.
Same.
Hey, I'm here for horror all day, every day. But Meg, man, what other? So we talked about so Wednesday. The movie just mentioned. Is there any the woman king? We got Barbarian. I know you guys aren't horror fans, but what are those new releases? Are you really excited for?
First of all, I want to show y'all my book I got for $3, y'all, from Barnes and Noble.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Nice. I'm assuming you've been watching House of the Dragon.
But am I the only one that feels like a woman king is now like, when I think of it the same way I think of Black Panther when that was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like so excited about it. Like, I'm not saying it's replacing Black Panther because it's like irreplaceable, but it's in addition to. And I'm like so excited to just see that unfold, all the magic. I know it's going to be very empowering. I feel like it's much needed too. Just positive stories and like representation. So 100%. I'm ready for it. And Viola Davis, like you said early in the stream, you said what a time to be alive. Because I think that every time I see Game of Thrones or House of Thrones or that's whatever, because some shows like that, like Game of Thrones, some movies, like I assume that's my cat. Some movies like The Woman King, it makes me appreciative to be born in the time that we are in now, even with all our issues. It's like, I think that's why all of us are so into it, right? Like all of us in the chat, that escapism. It's because like, yeah, we have like all this like going on outside, but I'm just gonna turn on like House of Thrones and forget the world. So yeah, I'm so.
I love that you call it House of Thrones. I'm gonna start saying it now. House of Thrones.
I love
Game
it.
of Dragons.
Game of Dragons.
I love your enthusiasm. It's nice to see you're so happy and looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I expect, man, I know you're doing the rebranding on your channel. Are we gonna get some reviews and some coverage?
Yes. Yes. So I'm actually. Hold on.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
The one time my kitten wants to act up, my kitten was climbing.
No worries. No worries.
So I'm a 90s baby, early 90s baby, you know, not 30 yet. You know, I got a couple more months, like 2-3 months.
There you go.
But I really want to go with nostalgia. I know we all love the shows. Angela Anaconda. I don't see anyone talking about that. That was my show. Daria, the Parkers, Queen Latifah, you know, just all things Black, 90s fab, come to my channel. I also roller skate, so I'll be sharing the culture with that because I'm obsessed with it, and I feel like everyone should be obsessed with roller skating. So yeah, check me out. Inspired by Movie Files and just my opinion.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm excited to see this rebrand, and I'm excited to hopefully next year when our show comes back on Severance, we can catch up and talk about that.
Severance.
Oh
and
yeah.
Have you seen Foundation, Elliot? Because I don't see
sci-fi. Okay. Oh yeah, I covered all. Yeah, season 1. Yeah, I was a big fan of that.
Are y'all watching Loot with Maya Rudolph on Apple TV?
No, it didn't sell me. I'm a big fan of her. It didn't sell me from the trailer. But is it good?
No.
Well, you gotta think about it. I don't know. That's a long pause there. A long pause.
Next question.
But Brandon, man, I know you cover just as much stuff as I do, man. Was there anything that you want to talk about tonight, man, as far as shows or movie that's on your radar, man?
Yeah, The Woman King is on my radar, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited about it, but I'm also skeptical too. You know, because I want to see women win, and I love women that can kick ass, but I am concerned about how historically accurate it may or may not be. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna go into it and hope for the best. Also looking forward to Cobra Kai season 5.
I know you like a lot of beat ass B. I know you.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. You know, you can pass on the horror stuff. You know, I went to go get some snacks when you was talking about that right there.
Smile, we got Barbarian.
Yeah, hell no, definitely not doing the smile. I can't. I saw E-Man react to it, and that's too much for me. I have nightmares for years. But yeah, just Cobra Kai, Woman King. It was another title or two. It just slipped my mind right now. But
what was it?
Avatar will make more than the first one, Elliot.
No,
it will be better, and it will make more. It will make $3 billion. I'm calling it right now. Yes,
make more.
$3 billion.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes. So I gotta speak that into existence. But yeah, if something else pops up, I'll think about it.
Oh, I got one for you, Meg and Brandon. Are you guys? I know Brandon, you cover Star Wars, and Meg, I'm very intrigued. I know you mentioned escapism, and this is no better place in the galaxy far, far away. Are you guys excited for Andor coming next month?
Yes.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, shoot for it.
Oh, I go first?
Go ahead, B.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I heard you talk about it earlier, saying that you really did enjoy Rogue One.
Yes.
And that is a competitor to me with the original trilogy as far as being as good. And I wasn't excited for Andor at first, but the more I keep hearing about it, I'm getting more and more excited. And it may compete with Rogue One or you know, I don't know about the original trilogy, but I mean, if it is that good, great. So I won't be covering it on my channel because I'm just not a Star Wars expert like that. I'm more of a casual fan.
Yeah, same here.
And I do agree with you wholeheartedly, Elliot. When doing this, it is good to just have a show that you watch that is just for you, and you don't got to worry about no recaps and notes. And so this is going to be one of those shows, like House of the Dragon and Andor are definitely going to be just two shows that I just soak in and don't have to worry about what my opinion is, or giving it at least.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be pretty fire, man. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it. Hopefully, it's better than Boba Fett. You know, your favorite Star Wars.
It will. The trailer was better than the whole season of Boba Fett. So, oh my gosh,
Elliot
Y'all,
hates
I
Boba
tried to
Fett.
watch what was it? Cowboy Aliens, Space Cowboy. What was it?
Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah. Back in the day.
No, on Netflix.
Cowboy Bebop.
Did y'all watch Cowboy Bebop?
I did not.
I never watched the original anime, so it didn't appeal.
It was so hard to get through. It was so hard.
I heard it wasn't that great. Hence why I got canceled like the day that it ended.
No, but hot take. I think Star Trek is the superior franchise to Star Wars.
Hold up.
It is what it is.
Good night, Elliot. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Well, I'll catch you on
I
next
have the thesis ready to go. It's actually probably going to be my first or second video, so I will lay it out and try me if you want to. But I'm bored. I'm asleep. I'm tired. I'm over the Star Wars universe. Give me some more Star Trek content.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of behind on Star Trek. I know y'all got they got what House Picard or Picard, whatever the name of the show is, and a bunch of other stuff. Has the Star Trek shows appealed to you? Have you been watching those?
The new ones,
like they said, Picard and it's like a couple animated shows. I know they got out.
No, I'll lay it out. So
okay.
No, I'm definitely tired of the.
Yeah.
And as you were saying earlier, Disney Plus is not hitting for me like it used to. And I was really excited for that Proud Family reboot. I actually made it through all the episodes. It was disappointing. It didn't. That had an opportunity to be a moment, and it wasn't for various reasons. So I think when Disney Plus first came out, everyone was just like excited, nostalgia. You know, you can only rewatch, those Disney Channel original movies so many times. And I think it's one of the subscriptions. I don't know. Yeah. I might have to put in a new email for that one.
No, I mean there's been some shows that hasn't delivered Boba Fett. And honestly, I wasn't a fan of Obi-Wan. I was very disappointed by that too. But shows like Andor, and we cover, Brandon, we talk a lot of Marvel too, and some of those shows haven't been as great as I wanted them to be. But I can see where you come from, Meg. It's been lukewarm, But again, to remind people, this is they're still learning, they're still growing. This is only year 2 or year 3, maybe 2.5 years that Disney Plus has been around. I think they haven't found their stride yet. But
I feel like because we got spoiled, with WandaVision, so they started off like, pew. And it just wasn't giving what WandaVision.
Bob Chapek sucks.
Bob, oh yeah, that's your guy, right? B, that's your number one fan right here, Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
Well, Meg, we talked again fantasy. I know you're not a big horror fan. Let's talk Atlanta, because I know Brandon covers Atlanta, and I know he loves that show like I do. Do you like Atlanta, Meg? Are you a fan of Atlanta, and are you excited for this last season?
I did some of the watch-alongs with you, but I fell too far behind. I watched all of season 1, all of season 2, and I think I'm like 3-4 episodes into season 3. So I'll have to, like you said, lock myself in a room. And get into it, because I don't want to be missing out on Movie Files channel discussions.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'm caught up.
Okay, it's 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, so it ain't a super long show, but it's definitely one of my favorites of all time. We're wrapping things up. I know season 3 for you, and I know for a lot of people, wasn't hidden like the first 3 or 2 seasons. But are you looking forward to this last season?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I am. I am definitely.
Yeah, I'm
sad it's ending, man.
Man.
But you're right, though. I heard you say earlier they're all superstars now, like all 4 of them.
Yeah,
and I don't know. You would think that would make the show numbers go up, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, FX to me is kind of it's the HBO of cable to me, because FX has some of the best programming, but they just don't have the marketing machine like an HBO and some other like AMC. But I love FX, man. I love that.
You need to watch From, Elliot. I'm waiting on your. Come on, have you seen From?
I haven't, because it's on like what is that? What stream is it on? Epic.
FX.
Is it From is on FX?
It's on FX or maybe I'm
maybe on FX. I would have seen. I think it's on like Epic, because I don't have Epics or something like that. But I've heard it's good. And one of these days I gotta if they put it on a streaming service that I have, it's on Epics now. So yeah, I don't have Epics, but I heard it's great because it's like Lovecraft Country type of aliens and monsters and stuff like that. So one of these days I'll catch up with it. But listen, man, Meg, Brandon, it's always great to chop it up with y'all, man. Yeah, B, what's up?
I'm sorry. I want to ask y'all about a title that just came out. If y'all happen to see it, Tekken Bloodlines. That's on Netflix. Did y'all happen to check that out?
I didn't know it was on.
I didn't.
No. Okay.
I didn't, but I saw your 10-minute applause on your video of how great it was. I'm like,
okay,
we gotta check it out.
Okay.
Is it worth it?
I think so. So, and I don't know if you're into martial arts and that type of thing, but it's full of that, and it made my day. It made my day. So
I gotta check it out. And they're like, what? Is this a show or a movie?
Movie, 6 episodes.
Okay.
My only criticism is it should have been longer. Other than that, it's perfect.
Oh, okay, guys, y'all have to make a bet. They said BAV is right about it making more. So,
oh my gosh, who's in
have to
that
have a
saying
bet.
that nonsense?
What's up, Mara?
BAV was right about y'all trip.
Gonna make more. Gonna make less.
Man, hold on. Let's look at the analytics.
I say, Elliot, you gotta do your Avatar review. Full gear.
Listen, man. Y'all are tripping if you think this film is going to be able to. Avatar gross with $2.5 billion.
Woo.
$2.5 billion, Brandon. How in the hell?
2.5. I thought it was 2.7.
Oh, hold on. This might be an old number.
2.8.
Let me box office mojo.
2.8.
Box office mojo this thing right quick. And let us know, everyone in the chat, man. If y'all on Team Brandon on Avatar breaking the bank. Or you like me and Meg and think that it? Nah, I'm not saying it's not gonna make money.
I didn't say I was on your team, Elliot.
Oh, you think it's gonna make?
You seen Brandon over here? How much is it gonna make, Mario, the sequel?
Yes. Are you saying it's gonna be the 2.8?
Yes. If look, the thing is, it has to be either as good or better. That is the only way. If it's not as good, it won't.
You can't have a caveat. You have to stay.
No, that's a big deal. Right? You can't. If the movie sucks, it sucks.
The reason, and this is case closed defense to this argument. If you look at this original date, Brandon and Meg and everyone in the chat, December 16th, and it ran, I think it was in theaters for like almost 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. When it came, that's when movies can be out for a very, very long time. Let me pull up the dates that was out. So, and we all know
high school.
we know Box Office Mojo is so garbage nowadays. It used to be so easy to navigate. We all know Disney, especially your boy Bob Chapek, Brandon, loves to put things on streaming like the day after it comes out. So Avatar is gonna be in theaters for what? 2 months?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
2 months, B? And it's gonna make $3 billion in 2 months?
No, he got more sense than that right there. Elliot, I just don't understand how you don't see it, bro. I mean, if I don't look at what Top Gun Maverick just did. And that was a 20, 25, 30 years afterwards. Mm-hmm. If a movie is good, if it is great, people will continue to go to the theater to see it.
I saw No twice.
Yeah. Now, Elliot, I'm saying like the way people were walking out of Avatar, like, have you seen? Is it really that? Yes, you need to go see it right now. Like, yes, after work. I know it's a Tuesday. I know it's a Thursday, or I know it's Monday, but you need to go see it right now. Right now. People have to be coming out of the sequel the same way.
But to be fair, I think what Elliot was kind of saying earlier, like that was in 2010. Like I was a junior.
No Netflix, no HBO Max,
no TikTok, even
no TikTok, no House of the Dragons.
Right.
People's attention spans are different.
People are used, like House of the Dragon has us spoiled, right? People are used to seeing beautiful work now on screen. So I think it could potentially, Avatar could just be another beautiful work on screen and not the end all be all.
My pushback to that, I'm gonna use your exact word. She said it has to be beautiful on screen. The original Avatar was the most beautiful on screen. Like there was nothing that was visually better than that. Like ever. It's not that it just made money. I mean, I'm just using that's cute little kitten right there.
That's who
that's damn nice. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I respectfully disagree with you both, and I cannot wait to be dancing in the camera like this, like, yeah, 3 billion.
We got to make a bet,
Are
Brandon.
you
We got
not
to have some bet.
entertained?
Yeah.
We got to make some bet,
You know what I'm saying?
We got to make
I'm
some
gonna be in there
bet,
like,
bro.
ah.
We got to figure something
Yeah,
out.
we got to figure it out. Let me
Ain't
know,
no-
man. I'm a
So
good
you said
sport.
3 billion, right? That's your number.
Yes.
3 billion.
Hold on. Remember,
We're in a recession. It's monkeypox. Oh, sorry, I don't want to get your
damn,
screen.
man, I got throwing the monkeypox out there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And now and keep in mind, Brandon, we're not talking about, because it's re-releasing next month. We're not talking about 10 years from now that is gonna. I'm talking about within that initial run. Right?
Okay, that's fair.
32, come back like,
I
oh,
got
you got
you.
3
I
billion.
got you. Elliot, I'm really confident, man, that if the movie is as good,
Yeah.
universally as the first one or better, that it can do it.
Oh, here we go. Let me share the screen. With you, B, and everyone at home. Again, that's this speaking blasphemy. I feel like Stephen A. on First Take. Blasphemy, yelling, going crazy. Look at this, y'all. I want y'all just to take this in. Take this in, guys. The first Avatar, I'm sorry for scrolling too fast. It came out December 18th on a Friday. It made $26 million on an opening weekend. Let me just scroll down here. Still in theaters. This is February. Still in theaters. We're in March, all the way to April, all the way to May. If y'all get my drift, this movie was, and we're in June, we're in July, we're in August. This movie was from December to August, 8 months. It was in theaters for 8 months, y'all. This ain't the same 2009. They don't do that.
It doesn't have to. It'll be front loaded, yes, because this was it was unknown at the time. But Elliot, what did Avengers Endgame do? How long was that in theaters? And it still competed. It was better than Avatar until it was re-released.
Oh, what did Avengers Endgame do?
You know what I'm saying?
It did bonkers. I mean, it did it broke the records. It was like 300 million.
Yeah, I think it made like 1.2 billion in the first 10 days or something worldwide.
I would argue that Avatar. Well, no, I won't argue that, but I will say that Avatar has I think it has a wider audience than
that is true.
Movies.
This is true.
What? Huh?
I do.
Well,
I do. Elliot.
At the time it came out, at the time of the original, yes. But now I was saying about even.
Thank you. Now, no. It's not even at all. Not at all.
I'm just thinking of the demographics. Like, I just feel like it can reach a wider audience.
Actually, I agree with her.
I see the nursing home taking the bus to go see Avatar. Yeah, I don't see them doing that for Avengers Endgame.
You're right. My mom will not go see Avengers, but she will go see Avatar.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. There's plenty of aunts in my family who would never go see any Marvel or DC movie, but they would all go see Avatar with me.
Okay.
Because I feel like superhero fandom is as widespread as it is right now in 2023. There's still a person that you think of, just my opinion, movie files, when you think of superhero fans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just throwing shit. No, but I'm just saying, and I feel like the Avatar audience is I just feel like it's wider. We'll see.
We'll have to agree to disagree, guys. My last thing, and you guys even talked to that as far as the superhero thing, going back to 2009, obviously the MCU was not even the cinematic universe. It was only Iron Man and Hulk out. Yeah. So when this film comes out, just a couple months after that, I know they pushed back Aquaman, but you'll have Shazam, the Marvels, Ant-Man, Quantumanium with Kang the Conqueror, Disney Plus shows. I'm telling y'all, the competition is so much different than it was 13 years ago. So I'm telling y'all right now, me, Brandon, and Meg, when this film come out this December, and we're gonna have to revisit this conversation.
You said Kang the Conqueror. That's all owned by Disney. Chapek got enough, even though I don't like, he got enough sense not to. Well, actually, he don't, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Brandon, you're talking about Bob Chapek here, bro. He gonna probably, like I said, that Avatar gonna come right out there. 45 days. It's gonna be 44 days. He gonna be like,
he gonna release Avatar and Ant-Man the day after one another.
Yeah. That's what he gonna do. That's what he gonna do.
That's like
a Friday and Saturday release.
Mm-hmm. For a limited time. Tell y'all, man, it ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it.
Y'all are goofy.
It ain't gonna do it, man.
He would do that. Like, I'm still mad at them for having the Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel releasing at the same time. It's like this is dumb. Yep. Anyway, I know you're trying to get at her. I'm sorry.
That's like anyone releasing an album the same week as Beyonce. That was a poor choice.
Yep.
That was a really poor choice.
Several
people make that choice.
He is the very reason why that movie won't make the first. So.
Elliot, you may be right now, bro.
Case is close.
He said 45 days.
Yep. They're gonna do a whole market.
Bob, it can make another 2.5 billion. No.
Nope.
No, $3 billion.
Nope. Bob does not like money, y'all. He does not like it.
It's breaking records. No, it doesn't matter.
Put it on streaming. Put it on Disney Plus.
I'm sorry.
We'll see, guys. But we got Brandon dying. We got Meg creating fans in the chat. Go ahead. Where's the channel again, Meg? You want to let the people know where they can find your content at?
Everyone's like, so I'm so bubbly because after I get off this call, I'm going to record my first video, and it's going to be a banger because the ancestors already told me that it would be. So I'm just really excited. Team Star Trek,
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
You killed it. I was with you.
Live and Prosper, is that their thing, Meg?
Easier Said with Meg on all platforms. Let's talk about all the things that are easier said. And we're going to do pop culture, but we're going to do back in the day pop culture because everyone else can talk about, the Cardi B's and the Megans and stuff. I'm a little tired of it. I'm a little asleep. I'm a little tired of Star Wars. So we're just going to take it on back to when things were great. To, Cousin Skeeter and them, all that and them. You already know
Y'all, if y'all ain't already subscribed to her channel, you missing. I'm excited.
I'm gonna subscribe. Where the link at?
No, you can have everybody in the chat. You're gonna be like, I was here when it all started,
Oh shit.
When you see me on the Times Square Boulevard, you can know Movie Files, started with Severance. Shout out to
see
Severance.
her hosting a Star Trek panel at Comic-Con. That's what we're gonna see.
Where's the link at? Where's the link?
Okay. I'll figure that out.
Okay, definitely put it in the chat for us, Meg, for sure.
Cool.
B man, where can, obviously, like I said, man, you're the celeb on the panel tonight, my friend. Where can people find you, my bro?
I'm just Brandon, no celeb. Appreciate it, man. You can find me just my opinion reviews. And like Elliot said earlier, I do recaps, lives, TV recaps, trailer reactions, movie reviews. Just posted my Rings of Power review, my Blood and Honey trailer reaction. And tomorrow, my full Hunk for Jesus review will be up as well, probably about 6 or 7 p.m. Yeah, I already recorded it. I just got to edit it. I'm going to start working on that in the morning. Nice. And I also have a She-Hulk review up as well. So
I can't figure out the link. I'll do it after.
I'll make sure. What I'll do after the stream is done, I'll make sure to put you guys' link in the description of the video so you guys can subscribe to Just My Opinion Reviews and Meg just putting out the fire content with their channel starting back up. So listen, man, this I did not expect us to go down that the road of Avatar, but that's what we do. That's what we do. Having a good time again for everyone that joined in. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to everyone in the chat tonight. The likes, the shares, the comments. This is why we do it, man. To have a great time with everyone. Did you have something?
Oh no, I'm just being silly with gestures. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
My bad. Causing confusion.
Listen, shout out to the replay game. Shout out to everyone out there. Be safe. Star Trek over Star Wars. I don't know about that. Avatar making $3 billion. I don't know about that, but I do know that Brandon and Meg are awesome, and you guys are awesome. And we will see you on the next breakdown, everyone.
Bye.